In this video, we're going to discuss how to be introspective, how to use introspection to our benefit. Introspection is an incredibly important internal process to implement, one which can mean the difference between living our lives as mere pawns of our subconscious mind versus experiencing a self aware, self empowered existence. What I'm describing here must be experienced in order to be understood, so this is one you won't want to miss. Introspection is the observation and examination of one's own thoughts, feelings, and internal processes. Without employing introspection, we run the risk of living our lives from an unconscious, unaware place within, becoming victims of our emotions, societal conditioning, early childhood programming, and so on. For a deeper dive into why introspection is so critically important, I'll post a link above, as well as in this video's description box, to a video I've created with this specific focus. But before I digress, the focus of this video is on how to be introspective, on how to effectively use introspection to our benefit.
Wow, I have so much clarity now.
The most effective way I have found to utilize introspection is to simply activate this idea in real time. In other words, starting in this moment, begin to observe yourself from an internal viewpoint as you go forward in life. For example, when a thought pops in your head, ask yourself, did I generate that thought or did it just appear? And further, do I really want to run with it? When you feel an urge to react to a comment you read online, go within and inquire of yourself, why do I feel this compulsion to respond in this way? Is this truly in alignment with who I am? And how will I feel afterwards? And if a reaction gets away from you before you have an opportunity to examine it, explore what caused you to say it in the first place. Is there something else here, perhaps something from the past, that was triggered in this instance? Would it benefit us to release this past pain and let it go? Now, let's look briefly at what introspection is not intended for. Things that we don't want to implement with our empowering new introspective approach. Introspection is not a matter of second guessing every decision we make and action we take. Rather, it is possessing a conscious awareness as to why we are doing the thing we are doing and being honest with ourselves in this regard. Introspection is not intended to create doubt and confusion within, but rather to help bring about a deeper level of understanding and insight regarding one's own self and our internal processes. And introspection is not intended to give rise to guilt, for guilt does not serve us. In its place, we simply apply self correction to any undesirable behaviors or leanings we discover with a loving, almost maternal approach.
God, I love myself.
That said, some may feel resistance to this idea as the ever resistant ego complains that this new approach sounds like a great deal of effort. But we're not talking about effort here. We're talking about a simple change in focus. For the majority of us, the mind is consuming most, if not all, of our conscious awareness. What I'm proffering here is that we take that same awareness and simply reposition it within, that we transition from the role of thinker to the role of the watcher. To clarify, I'm not suggesting that we stop thinking, but rather that we stop allowing the mind to constantly think us, that we begin observing its mechanisms and strive to become its master, rather than remain its unconscious servant. The Greek philosopher Aristotle is credited as having said, knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Truly knowing ourselves begins with self observation, with an introspective approach to our existence. So begin observing what goes on inside yourself, be it your thoughts, your mental processes, your emotions, and whatever else you may find. For the path of self discovery leads us to self mastery, as it guides us beyond the illusions of the ego and toward the truth that is our authentic self.